Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of the Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, and Abundance Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. We're here to be healthy, right? And so we want the best we can get. Homemade's the best. I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. Now, you can buy many things out on the market, but what I'm going to talk to you about today is how to make your own. We're going to use marigolds, we're going to use all kinds of flowers, but how you can make your own flower-infused simple syrup. And it is so good for you, and it's good for your complexion, it's good for your well-being. You'll just be healthier. But before we do that, I wanted to mention a couple of things. You need to make sure the flowers you're using are edible flowers. And I'll go down and give you the list of those when we get back with this video. But I also wanted to mention this. A number of people have told me or ask me if they can use essential oil in their teas. Don't do that, okay? You need to make something you've made. That way you know what's in it. Now, this is really good. It's topical, and this is frankincense, and frankincense is really good for your memory. I got a little video, actually a link right there. It's on sale on Amazon for only $11.99, and the regular price on that is $25. So it's a super, super deal. And I love it. And so what I do, and also it's good as skincare. You know, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And so I love it. And what I like about it is it's oily. It's an oil. It's an essential oil, but it's not oily, if you know what I mean. Even folks with dry skin sometimes have a problem with oils because they just sit on top of your skin. So anyway, think about this. It's really good for your memory, and it is on sale. Got to use that link right there to get it on sale. Okay, let's get back to the topic of infused simple syrup. I'm going to go over on how to do it, and then I'm going to show the video real quick. So it's so simple. All you have to do is gather your flowers, okay? You'll need 1 cup of water to 1 cup of sugar. So it's 1 to 1, okay? And you'll heat together until it's kind of roughly, until the sugar has been dissolved. And then what you want is roughly 1 loosely packed cup of clean marigold petals, or whatever floral you would like to use, okay? Put it in a small saucepan after you have melted down the sugar. Now, you can use brown sugar if you want. It just kind of adds kind of like a little molasses taste to it. And so what you'll do is stir it constantly until all the sugar again is dissolved. Remove from heat and let the marigold petals steep for 24 hours. Put a top on it in case, you know, a fly. We're living out in the country. We can get a bug, you know what I mean? So what you'll do is let it steep for 24 hours. You're making a tea, basically, with the sugar in it. And so you'll carefully remove all the petals and use what you need, and then store it in a refrigerator for like up to 2 weeks. And it can probably last a little bit longer than that. So this is what we do every single morning. I want to show you what it looks like. Okay, now this is the simple syrup I used: rosemary and thyme. I've got basil in there, lemon, lemongrass, and then marigolds, and also blueberry is in here. So this is just all kinds of good for us. So I'm going to show you what the syrup looks like. And by the way, I went on ahead and canned it, you know, and I made several jars of it. So this is just a simple syrup, and I'll show you how thick it looks. Okay, and it's a real pretty color right here. See how green it has all those little herbs and stuff in it? And it's pretty thick. So what I do every single, I'm not going to let any of this waste. It's good just right out of the jar. So what we do, I have these little glasses I use, and they have the little measuring on it. So what I'll do is put an ounce, like 1 ounce of the syrup in here, and then I fill the rest of it up with water. You can drink it straight out of the bottle. I mean, you drink cough syrup straight out of the bottle. So this is just this one, and I'm looking forward to trying another one I made. This jar is sunflower in lemon verbena, and this is going to be awesome. So let's go ahead and go into the video really fast, and then when we get back, I'm going to give you the benefits and a little bit more detail on how to make this stuff. It's really good. You can do it. Hey everybody, so we're back, and what I'm going to do now, I've gathered a few things from the garden, and we're going to make a simple syrup. And what you use the simple syrup for, you can use it for teas, you can use it for all kinds of things. You can use it in cake recipes, just whatever. So what I'm in the process of doing right now, you'll see what I have to gather. I have been gathering, these are marigolds, so we're going to make a marigold infused simple syrup. Now, the ingredients are really super simple. So all you have to do is add 2 cups of sugar, 2 cups of water. Now, to the sugar, I'm using white sugar. In some of the simple teas, I use brown sugar. If you use brown sugar, it's going to be just a little more rich. So what we'll do, as I'm doing right now for the marigold, and then I'll explain to you what I'm doing with the rest of this stuff. Now for the marigolds, what you'll do, you want to put the flowers in there. I don't like putting the green part right here. It seems to make the tea just a little, I don't know, kind of bitter. So what I'll do is I'll cut that end, then I'll open this up, and I'll go on ahead and throw these in there. So I'm not using the green part. Again, it just kind of gives it you can put it in there, it's not really a problem. It's just that it'll be kind of a bitter-like taste. And here we go. So I've already put about a cup. So what I'm doing, again, everything is 2. So 2 cups of sugar, and you could use brown sugar, but I'm using white. Also, I'm putting 2 cups of water. And here I am, I'm finishing up with the remaining leaves and not leaves, but flowers. Okay, just a few more to go. You want about 2 cups of these. Okay, so I've already measured out what I think is going to be 2 cups. By the way, the more flowers you put in there, a more infused tea you're going to get. Now, here we go. Let's go ahead. I've got 4 more of these, and we'll be done. Actually, I'm going to use all 4 because I want a good infused tea. This is real good to use. It's a simple syrup. Again, it's good to use on top of vanilla ice cream. And you can this. So that's what I'm going to be doing as well. I'm going to have a water bath with these things and put them in a pressure cooker. And then we're going to have, yeah, it's going to be awesome. All through when you're in the winter months and if you're like me, I'm a miserable person to live with in the winter months because I like being outside. And I like all of my flowers and I like all this stuff. So again, I'm not easy to live with when it comes to that time of the year. But this is going to be bringing summer back. Okay? Now, you can see I've got 2 cups of the flowers in here as well as 2 cups of sugar and then 2 cups of water. So what I'm going to do is you don't have to watch me do this, but I'm going to, and another thing I'm going to add. I use lemon verbena in everything. So this is some of my lemon verbena. I'll wash that out. And I'll add some of those. Now when you put anything with a leaf on it like this, or I've got some thyme, you could also use some thyme. Now, this is all fresh stuff. This is my rosemary, so I could use that in there. And then I'm also going to use, that's my basil. So I'll use some of that in some of these things as well. So, and by the way, all this stuff goes into my compost pile. Okay, and then this is my lavender. So I'll also be making some lavender, and I'm going to put the lemon verbena in it. And there's nothing better. Your whole house is just going to smell heavenly. When you put lavender and lemon verbena, or lemon verbena with anything, it's just going to give this really fresh smell. Now, also, in another episode, I'm going to be talking about a lavender, and we'll also use some of the rosemary, and I'm going to be making a cleaning product with it, and it's made with oils. So we'll do that a little bit later. It takes a long time to make it, so it's vinegar with olive oil is my oil of choice, and then I'll do some lavender and also some of this rosemary. So what I'll do, this goes on the stove. I'm going to put it together. Got to mix it up really good with a spoon, and then we're going to put it on the stove, and we're going to cook it just long enough to where it melts the sugar. Then what I'm going to do is put it in a bowl, and I'm going to let it set. It's going to seep just like a tea, so I'm going to let it seep for 24 hours. The longer you let it seep, the better, so I may go a little bit longer than that. Then what you'll do is you'll strain it. And then after you get through straining it, then you go ahead and can it or whatever you want to do. Now it's going to keep in the refrigerator for up to 2 weeks. Again, you just use, like, let's say you want some water. You want to go outside, you want refreshing water. And you'll use some of your simple syrup, and that may be a teaspoon, according to what your, I don't like anything really sweet, but I like the smell of this. And by the way, so good for you, Marigold tea. And so just use some water, and then just use a tablespoon or a teaspoon, whatever to your preference, per glass. And you got something that's awesome, and it's very, very good for you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this on the stove, and we're going to chat just a little bit later. Okay, so we're back. So you were in my kitchen, and you were watching what I was doing there. Again, this syrup is so simple to do. It's just a little time. You got to let it sit. You got to let it sit for 24 hours. And if it's a little bit longer than that, that's fine too. It's not going to ruin, even in hot temperatures like we have here in Alabama. So I'm going to talk with you. We're going to go into a break in just a minute, but 11 edible flowers with health benefits, and we're going to talk about those in more detail when we come back from the break. But let's talk about the edible flowers. There are edible flowers. You can use marigolds in your in everything. I mean, first of all, they smell really good. The oils from those are really good. It's like an insect deterrent. And if you have a garden, you've got to have marigolds out in your garden. The same as sunflowers. It's beautiful. The aesthetics are there. And it's also great to keep bugs away, the bad kind of bugs. And it's good if you have honeybees too, because they can get that nectar and they can have a good time. And same with your lavender. Someone have a lavender farm. I had a little bit of lavender this year, but we're going to have a lavender farm next year, as well as a marigold and as well as a sunflower garden. So edible flowers can be used in all kinds of it's been used in menus all around the world. Not all flowers are safe to eat, but those that can offer a unique burst of flavor and color. Beautiful salads to many dishes, including salads, their sauces, beverages, and entrees. Now some of them may even offer health benefits, and we're going to talk about that. So we're going to have 11 edible flowers with potential health benefits. We'll be right back in just a minute. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park, and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors, and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer.
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462.
Wow, it's so soft.
and smooth.
It's cool to the touch. How did you do that?
Well, we took MyPillow's patented fill and combined it with this new technology that we didn't have back then when I invented MyPillow to bring you the best pillow in history, MyPillow 2.0. Because of all of you, MyPillow 2.0 has been a huge success, and now we're bringing you our best-selling Go Anywhere MyPillows with the same temperature-regulating technology. Made with my patented adjustable fill and brand new cooling fabric, they're truly the next generation of MyPillow. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save over 60% on our MyPillow 2.0 4-pack special. You'll get 2 MyPillows and 2 Go Anywhere MyPillows, regular $259.92, now only $99.98. King size just $10 more. This is a limited time offer, so please order now.
At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. Okay, so we are back. Let's go ahead and resume because we are going to talk about 11 flowers. They're edible flowers that are good for you, have health benefits. You've got to be careful. Make sure you read. Okay, that's my disclaimer. And you can have your own simple syrup like I do right here. Every single morning we get an ounce of this and put it with some water. Phil and I do. And again, so many health benefits. People often ask me about my hair. I'm 63 years old. No, 64. I'm 64 years old. And people are always talking to me about my skin and my hair. And I spend very little on skincare and on my hair. And I use all the simple, all the basics, all the everything. My hair, I love white vinegar. It gets all of the, because I use a little bit of styling cream and stuff like that, gets all of those little, stuff it just gets in your hair, the environment, especially during the summertime. You got all this terrible, just stiff air, weird kind of air that's going through the atmosphere and everything. So vinegar is so good for your hair. Any kind of flower, you can make a tea out of anything. Now for your hair, don't do this particular recipe, okay? So the simple syrup, because the sugar is going to get in your hair and it's going to get really sticky. So what you can do is just omit the sugar if you're going to use, say, like rose water or marigolds or anything like that in your hair. That's all I do. And I grow my own stuff, so it costs virtually nothing. Okay, number 1, hibiscus. Yeah, who doesn't love hibiscus? These are so pretty. Don't you love just hibiscus flowers? So they produce these real beautiful ornate blossoms. They're beautiful in your house, but you can use them inside your body as well. You can eat the flower straight from the plant, but it's usually used for teas and relishes, jams. Yeah, hibiscus jam. Or salads. Now, many cultures drink hibiscus tea for its medicinal properties. Now, some studies indicate that hibiscus can help reduce blood pressure and cholesterol levels, although more research is needed to better understand how that does support that. Now the tea is kind of a bright red and it has a tart, somewhat sour flavor. It can be served hot, but it's particularly refreshing over ice cream on a hot summer day. And another disclaimer I wanted to use, when you're using the flowers, you saw in the video where I was cutting off the green part that was actually surrounding and holding the flowers together, you need to take that off. You can eat it. It's just going to be, kind of a tart-like taste. Your flour is going to be much sweeter if you take that off. Okay, so that's your hibiscus. Let's talk about dandelion. Who hasn't heard about dandelion tea? Dandelion this, and bees love dandelions. So dandelions are best known as stubborn garden weeds. However, they happen to double. They're really, really nutritious and edible flowers. If you don't have bees or you don't have a flower, go ahead and pull them up for yourself. They're so super good for you. Okay, flowers are not the only part, by the way, to a dandelion that can be eaten. In fact, every part of this weed can be enjoyed, including its roots, its stems, and its leaves. And there are endless options for eating dandelion flowers. The flowers can be eaten raw, either alone or tossed into salad. They can be breaded and fried. They can be used to make jelly. You can make tea out of them. But I love them with this simple syrup right here. And then in the wintertime, when there are no flowers out there, you're still getting some sunshine into your body. Okay, again, they're considered weeds, but they're good for you. Okay, Noom. Noom helps you to adopt healthy habits so you can lose weight and keep it off. Now, your program is disguised, customized to your goals and fitness needs. And so that's what Noom can do for you. Okay, now let's get back to the flowers again. Who doesn't love lavender? And even if you don't love lavender, you can always use lavender and lemongrass together. So this one, now that's my sunflower. So I have lots of lavender that I have out there. I'm going to be cutting some of that out. I'll be making some simple syrup with it. And with that, I'm going to be putting my lemongrass. And there's nothing like the smell. I mean, your kitchen will just smell like heaven. I mean, it is awesome. Again, now, I put mine in the pressure cooker, okay, because I want them to last all winter long. Keep them in a cool, dry place. Make sure you keep the lids. Make sure that that's indented, okay? This is my sunflower lemon verbena. So we'll be eating and drinking on that. And again, you can see it's really good just to put over your ice cream. I mean, whatever you want. This one you saw earlier in the show is rosemary. I put a whole bunch of stuff together because I always use it also in my meats when I'm cooking meats. So rosemary, thyme, basil, lemon, marigold, and blueberry. Smells so good. Okay, let's get back to the flowers. Lavender is kind of woody-like. Love lavender. You can use the oils on your face. You can buy the essential oils. Now remember, essential oil is not to ingest. So don't do that. This is topical. So you're going to be making your sugar syrup so you can ingest it, okay? Or tea, whatever you want to do with it. Now, it's best known for its fragrance. It can help you go to sleep. It's got this calming effect to it. Now, the combination of color and aroma make lavender a desirable addition to a variety of foods, including your baked goods. You know, you can have lavender and make a cheesecake and lavender on top of the cheesecake. It's not only pretty, but it's beautiful. So you can infuse it into syrups again, herbal teas, dry spice rubs, and herb mixtures. It's good on a roast. So if you want to put some on a roast and let it set, and maybe put some pickle juice on it and let it set overnight, let it infuse in there. Oh, it tastes so good. Okay, now, its flavor goes really good, sweet and savory ingredients. It goes good with citrus, you know, I mentioned that, and berries, rosemary, sage, thyme, and chocolate. So when cooking with lavender, it's best to start with small amounts because I'm going to tell you what, a little bit will go a long way. And increase it slowly now until you achieve the desired flavor because it can be overpowering. And so now you saw me on the video, I was bruising the leaves. Bruise them. You can do it with just a spoon. So let's just pretend I put some lavender in my hand, okay? All I'm going to do is just bruise those lavender leaves. And this way, when you're making the simple syrup out of it, it's going to go, it'll be infused all into that water. And it's just going to make it so awesome and so awesome tasting. Okay, now let's talk about honeysuckle. Do you know you can eat honeysuckle? Yeah, let's talk about it for a minute. Honeysuckle is actually vital to traditional Chinese medicine practices for centuries. Been doing that for a long time. Now, their extracts are ingested or applied to the skin to treat various conditions, facial conditions, like if you have breakout or something like that. Now, in the culinary world, honeysuckle is most often used to make tea or a fragrant, flavorful syrup, like we've been doing on the first part of the show. Let's hurry up and get going right here. Okay, borage. Borage, or the star flower, is an herb that produces delicate star-shaped flowers, and they look I hope you can see this. They look like that. They're kind of star-shaped, and they're just beautiful. They're usually blue, but they can also be white, or they can be pink as well. In herbal message, borage is used to treat minor ailments such as a sore throat or a cough. I need to get some of that for my asthma. Also, however, human research to support its efficiency as a medicinal therapy is scarce. You can't hardly find all of that. The flowers are edible. They have kind of a sweet-like flavor to them, kind of like cucumber and honey together. Kind of tastes like that. Okay, now let's talk also about purslane. Purslane is a succulent. It produces these tiny yellow flowers and thick, fleshy leaves. So that's what it looks like. I've got to hurry. We don't have a lot of time left. It's considered no more valuable than a garden weed. They just think it's weed, but actually it's good for you. However, this little plant has recently soared in popularity due to its rich nutrient content. By the way, you can find all of this information I'm giving you right now on healthline.com. That's healthline.com. It's filled with vitamins, it's filled with minerals and antioxidants, but its biggest claim to fame is its omega-3 fat content. All right, let's hurry up. I've got roses. There are over 150 species of roses available in almost any kind of size or flavor or color or whatever you want to see. Fresh rose petals can also be muddled and added to liquid to create a rose-infused beverage, jams, and jellies. I got to try some jelly and see how that turns out. Chopped rose petals added to sugar or butter give a unique zing to otherwise ordinary ingredients. Unlike many other edible flowers, roses offer health benefits. Some research suggests it contains compounds that play a role in reducing anxiety and promotes relaxation. Squash blossom, who'd have thought? Yeah, absolutely. These flowers can be eaten raw as a garnish, or they can be chopped and added to salads. And, you know, again, make your tea out of it as well. So this is what it looks like, your squash blossoms. Don't we always have lots of squash in this area? Pansies, aren't they beautiful? And you can eat them. So let's talk about the benefit really, really fast. They are a rich source of several potent plant compounds, but they're known to have an antioxidant and an anti-inflammatory properties as well. Chamomile, who doesn't like chamomile tea? And you can also make a tea, and you can also make the simple syrups out of it. And they're also known to reduce anxiety. And let's see, they have kind of a sweet-like flavor. Again, you can make tea, you can make all kinds of infusions with them. And real quick rundown again, what you want to do is the flowers, you want to take the little green, it's kind of like it holds the flower together. Some people keep that in there, but it just kind of gives it's a sweeter flavor when you take that off. And then just sprinkle them around, put a cup of sugar. Everything's 1 cup, okay? So 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of water, and 1 cup of the flowers. And then you want to melt the sugar down really good. Don't boil it or anything like that. You don't want to overdo it. You just want them to get hot. And then you're going to put something on top of it and let it seep, just like you do a regular tea. Let it seep for 24 hours. A little bit longer is okay as well. Some people wait 2 days. 24 hours is sufficient. Then you'll strain it, you'll put it in your jar, and then you'll can it. And again, I'm going ahead and put mine in the pressure canner because I want to make sure that the stuff is really good, and it will be all winter long. Okay, I can't wait. Now you've got me started. I can't wait to go outside and get some more flowers. Let me know how yours turn out. You can send an email to Donna@donnasedge.com. Donna@donnasedge.com. Hope you have a wonderful day.
You have been at this for 12 years. Why are you doing it? Because God's children are not for sale.
Rated PG-13.